The King's English, it sounds fancy, right? Like something grandmasters play. But don't let the name intimidate you. This opening is accessible to everyone, from beginners to seasoned players. It's a versatile and strategic way to start your game, offering a unique blend of control and flexibility. But anyone can play this opening. Whether you're playing in a casual park setting or in a more competitive environment, the King's English can be your go-to strategy. It's not just for the elite, it's for anyone who loves the game and wants to explore new ways to challenge their opponents. It starts with the simple move 1c4. This move might seem unassuming at first, but it sets the stage for a complex and engaging game. By moving the pawn to c4, you're immediately staking a claim in the center of the board, preparing for a variety of strategic possibilities. It's different from the regular English opening. It's more about strategy. The King's English allows you to develop your pieces in a way that keeps your opponent guessing. It's a game of wits, where every move can lead to a multitude of outcomes. This opening is perfect for players who enjoy thinking several steps ahead. It's like inviting your opponent to a thinking game. You're not just playing chess, you're engaging in a battle of minds. Each move you make with the King's English can put your opponent on the defensive, forcing them to react to your strategy rather than executing their own. 1c4 is a cool move. It's subtle yet powerful, offering a balance between aggression and caution. This move allows you to control the pace of the game, giving you the upper hand right from the start. It's a move that says, I'm here to play and I'm here to win. You take control of the center of the board, but it's not as aggressive as 1d4 or 1e4. This makes it a great choice for players who prefer a more measured approach. By controlling the center, you limit your opponent's options and create opportunities for your pieces to develop naturally. So, if you like slow, strategic games, the King's English is perfect. It's a patient player's dream, allowing you to build your position methodically. You can take your time to think through each move, ensuring that every decision you make is calculated and precise. You can move your pieces naturally, developing them in a way that supports your overall strategy. The King's English gives you the flexibility to adapt to your opponent's moves while staying true to your game plan. Put pressure on your opponent's queen side, creating opportunities for attacks and counterattacks. This opening allows you to be both defensive and offensive, making it a versatile choice for any player, and build a small but strong advantage. Over time, these small advantages can accumulate, leading to a dominant position on the board. The King's English is all about playing the long game, setting yourself up for success with each thoughtful move. Black plays 1e5. This challenges White's control of the center and opens paths for Black's pieces. The game is on. Black's won. e5 sets up camp in the center. It also gets Black's pieces ready to move, especially the knight and bishop near the king. These pieces can put pressure on White's queen side. What Black does next will shape the whole game. White usually plays 2 knight to c3, getting the queen's knight ready and challenging Black in the center. This move also keeps White's options open. Next, 3g3. This might seem odd. Why block your own bishop? It's part of White's long-term plan. 3g3 gets the king's bishop ready to move diagonally, putting pressure on Black's king. It also makes a safe spot for White's king if Black decides to castle. Black has 2 main options after White's initial moves. 3, g6 and 3, bishop to b4. These moves set the stage for very different types of games, each with its own strategic considerations and potential pitfalls. Each move leads to a different game. 3, g6 is flexible and versatile, allowing Black to adapt to various responses from White. This move is part of the hyper-modern school of chess, which focuses on controlling the center of the board with pieces rather than pawns. It gets Black's king's bishop ready, just like White's fianchetto setup. This can lead to a symmetrical pawn structure where both players have their bishops on long diagonals, aiming at the center and beyond. It also helps Black's d-pawn move forward to challenge White in the center. This central control is crucial for both players, as it dictates the flow of the game and opens up lines for other pieces to become active. 3, bishop to b4 is more direct and aggressive. This move immediately puts pressure on White's position, forcing them to respond. It's a part of the Nimzo Indian defense, which is known for its solid yet dynamic nature. Black attacks White's c4 pawn and puts pressure on the d5 square. This can disrupt White's plans and force them into less comfortable positions. The bishop on b4 can be a thorn in White's side, especially if White isn't careful. White has to be careful not to lose a pawn or let black trade their bishop for white's knight. This exchange can be favorable for black, as it can double white's pawns and create weaknesses in their structure. This can lead to tricky situations where both players need to be on their toes. The choice between 3, g6 and 3, bishop to b4, can set the tone for the entire game, making it a critical decision in the opening phase. The King's English isn't about quick wins, it's like slowly squeezing your opponent, like a python. White's main goals are, first, control the d5 square. This square is super important. White doesn't want black's knight there. Second, stay flexible. Unlike other openings, the King's English lets white change plans. White can attack on either side of the board, depending on what black does. By controlling d5 and staying flexible, white keeps black guessing. Let's see the King's English in action. This opening is known for its flexibility and strategic depth, often leading to rich and complex positions. It's a favorite among many grandmasters and club players alike. The King's English can transpose into various other openings, making it a versatile choice for players who enjoy a wide range of tactical and positional play. Today, we'll walk through a classic game that showcases the beauty and intricacies of this opening. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey through the King's English. The game begins with 1, c4 e5. This move sets the stage for a dynamic battle. 2, nc3 g6. White develops the knight to a natural square, aiming to control the center, while black prepares to fianchetto the bishop, aiming for a solid and flexible setup. 3, g3, bg7. White fianchettos the bishop, aiming for long-term pressure on the center and queen side. 4, bg2d6. Black solidifies the center, preparing to develop the knight and castle kingside. 5, d3 nf6. White supports the center pawn and prepares to develop the knight. 6, nf3 Both sides continue their development. 7, nc6. White castles ensuring king's safety, while black develops the knight to a natural square, eyeing the central and queenside squares. 8, rb1a5. White prepares for a queenside expansion while black aims to counter. 9, a 3 re8. White solidifies the b4 push and black prepares to bring the rook into play. 10, b4 axe b4. White pushes forward and black captures. 11, axe b4 b6. White recaptures and black develops the bishop, eyeing the queen side. 12, n5. White's knight on d5 is strong. This move places the knight on a powerful outpost, controlling key squares and putting pressure on black's position. It's a critical moment in the game, showcasing the strategic depth of the King's English. It controls important squares and blocks black's bishop. Black is stuck defending. The knight on d5 is a thorn in black's side, making it difficult for black to find active counterplay. This is a prime example of how piece activity and control of key squares can dictate the flow of the game. The game went on. 12, bxd5. Black decides to eliminate the powerful knight. 13, cxd5, e7. White recaptures, maintaining a strong pawn structure. 14, b5, qd7. White pushes forward, gaining space on the queen side. 15, qb3, reb8. White brings the queen into play and black counters with the rook. 16, bd2, kh8. White develops the bishop, and black moves the king to a safer square. 17, rfc1, ra7. White doubles rooks on the c-file and black brings the rook to the 7th rank. 18, ra1, erba8. White prepares to contest the a-file. 19, arxa 7, arxa 7. The rooks are exchanged. 20, ra1, arxa 1 plus. Another exchange, simplifying the position. 21, bxa1. Black can't do anything. White's bishop recaptures and black is left with a passive position. The exchanges have left white with a clear advantage, and black's pieces are struggling to find active roles. White's pieces are working together perfectly. 21, qua 4. Black tries to create counterplay, but it's too late. White's coordination and control of the board are too strong. 22, qxa4 and black resigned. The final move captures black's queen, sealing the victory. This game is a testament to the power and beauty of the King's English opening, showcasing strategic depth, piece coordination, and the importance of controlling key squares. Thank you for joining us on this journey through a classic game of the King's English. The King's English is good for white, but black can fight back. Black might push their d-pawn or f-pawn forward to attack the center. White needs to be ready for this, maybe by trading pawns or attacking on the sides. Thinking ahead is important here. Your turn, here's a puzzle one. C4 E5 2, NC3 G6 3, G3 BG7 4, BG2 D6 5, D3 NF6 6, NF3 007, 00 NC6 8, RB1 A5 9 A3. Black to move, what should black play? Think about it. Rook E8, this looks good, but it's a mistake. 10, B4, white sacrifices a pawn. Black can't take it because of 10, Axe B4 11, Axe B4 and B4 12, RX B4, and white wins a piece. Tricky, right? Here are some tips for playing the King's English study games by strong players. Watch what they do, practice against different people. This will show you new ideas, try new things. The King's English is flexible, don't just memorize moves. Understand why they work, be patient. The King's English is about slow and steady progress. The King's English is a fun opening for everyone. It's all about strategy. Remember to control D5, stay flexible, and understand what your opponent is trying to do. Now go study, practice, and conquer the King's English.